still in algorithms, and in this section, we're talking about big O notation. Now, I will tell you that I am not a mathematician, and so I struggle with big O notation, and so I am going to suggest that you watch this video right here called Complete Beginner's Guide to Big O Notation and read through this article. It will help. I will tell you that big O notation basically is looking at how long it takes for your algorithm or looping that you're doing to go through its iterations. So if we say O of 1, which is right here, O of 1, then this algorithm is describing an algorithm that always executes the same number of times, no matter how large the data set is that it's looking at. So these particular code bytes are in Java. Don't worry about that they're in Java. Just look at the fact of what they're actually trying to do. So this one is called is first element null. So all it's doing is looking in an array or in a list of items, because Python uses lists or tuples, and it's looking in that list and it's saying, is the first element null? Or is there nothing in this list? So it takes that information and it goes, I'm looking at it. If there's anything in there, if it's null, then I'm going to return true. If it's not null, then I'm going to return false. And that's all it does. It runs one time, doesn't need to run any more than that. It just looks to see if there's something in there. So that's called O of 1. So then O of n describes an algorithm whose performance will grow that's a funny word, linearly and in direct proportion to the size of the data. So it doesn't matter how big the data is, it's going to grow with the data, okay? And watching the video will really, really help you understand what big O notation is. Of course, there's tons of videos out there and resources for you to use. We are not going to really stay on big O notation more than what we're doing right now. But if you are interested and if you are planning on having a computer science degree and you're going to want to get more into in-depth writing, then you will have to understand what big O notation is and how it works, simply because when you are in the corporate world, okay, I'm going to go off on a little tangent here. When you're in the corporate world, you have programs that have to run, and there are programs that run, and then the program behind it needs to run. Or if it's waiting on some other program to run, it's waiting for that time or that program. And time is money in the business world. So you need to know how efficient your program is so that if you need to shorten your functions or if you need to change something in your function, you can. So if your program, you run it and it takes, and I'm not exaggerating, there are programs out there that do take this long, 5-6 hours to run. It's going to take 6 hours, but you can go in and fix your algorithms so that it takes less time for your algorithm to run, but gives you the same exact information. And you cut that from 6 hours to 5 hours or 4 hours, then you are saving your company time and money. So it's very, very important in your future, if you are planning on doing that type of work, that you know how big O notation works. Okay, so O n squared represents an algorithm whose performance is directly proportional to the square of the size of the input data set. So it means it's going to grow by the square. As you look at it, I'm not going to get into these down here, the video doesn't go past these three. So what I want you to do is watch the video, do the assignment, and see if you can look at it and decide which one is O of 1, O of n, or O of n squared. And if you, I know you're probably going to have questions. If you have questions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you or help you find the information.